Before we even appeared on the grand stage of the cosmos, was there someone else, another civilization, another form of intelligent life who once walked, breathed, and existed in some endless moment within the vast expanse of space? This question isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's like a mysterious door opening onto a world far deeper and more profound than anything we've imagined. It's the very first key unlocking a journey into possibilities, yet unproven mysteries, yet unsolved, and a truth that could completely change how we see our place in the universe. Imagine the timeline of the universe as a mighty endless river flowing without pause, carrying stories of life, beauty, and wonder, born from each fleeting moment in the boundless dark. Humans, complex and magnificent as we are just a tiny boat drifting on that river, a brief passage in the ceaseless current of time. And along that current, could there have been other boats, others who sailed through unknown waters, civilizations that existed before us, who left traces now faded by time's relentless tide? We often think of ourselves as the only grain of sand, or at least the very first in this vast cosmic ocean. But what if the truth is different? What if we're not the pioneers? What if before humanity, there were other civilizations' intelligent sparks that flared brightly and then faded somewhere in the timeline? This idea challenges our very worldview because it pulls us away from the center, reminding us that we might be just one step in a much longer chain part of a cosmic history, richer and more diverse than we ever dared to imagine. That thought, simple as it seems, opens up a cascade of deeper questions. If we're not the first, whose shoulders are we standing on? Were those earlier civilizations giants from whom we inherited knowledge, technology, or even the fundamental principles that allowed us to evolve? Or are we faint successors struggling to rediscover a lost light in an immense universe whose history waits for no one? The feeling of standing on the shoulders of giants isn't just poetic. It unfolds profound philosophical dimensions about responsibility and the meaning of our existence. If there is a continuous stream of intelligent life flowing through ages and civilizations, then we have been entrusted with a mission. We don't merely exist, we carry the duty to sustain and advance that flow, to become a bridge between past and future, between what is known and what remains beyond our understanding. Yet this question also stirs an uneasy paradox, a shadow that blankets both our curiosity and our hope. If intelligent life existed before us, if other boats have sailed this river of time, why haven't we found clear traces? Why does the night sky with all its stars and galaxies remain eerily silent? This isn't just a scientific puzzle. It's a mystery that has twisted minds for centuries, challenging every theory about life and intelligence in the cosmos. It's the starting point of deeper reflection, opening doors to complex hypotheses, from the Fermi Paradox to ideas like the zoo hypothesis or the surprising theories of multiverses. Our journey has only just begun, and the big question still stands, waiting for every new discovery, every step forward in science and wisdom. Are humans truly the first intelligent beings in this vast sky? Or are we merely a continuation in a cosmic story, so long and vast that we've only just started to read its opening lines? This is the mystery, the invitation, the gateway leading us into a wondrous adventure where every limit of time, space, and understanding can be broken. Take a moment to imagine this, a universe so immense it holds billions of galaxies each, with billions of stars and countless planets, where life might have appeared and evolved in ways beyond our wildest dreams. Maybe some of those civilizations experienced glorious epochs, built dazzling cultures, left behind traces, or even sent signals we're not yet wise enough to detect. Or maybe they vanished, leaving silent gaps like stars that have died, but whose faint light still flickers in the endless night. And what's truly astonishing is that we, limited as we are by technology, knowledge, and understanding, stand on the brink of these limitless possibilities. Unanswered questions, the challenge of cosmic loneliness, and a burning desire to know, are we really the first, or just the next chapter? In a grander story, longer and wider than we've ever imagined. With that question, we dive deeper into theories, hypotheses, and reflections that have haunted humanity for ages. Because in the mysterious silence of the cosmos, in the shimmering light of stars, and in the endless flow of time, lies a great story that only those who dare to ask can begin to explore. But if intelligent life once existed, why haven't we found their traces yet? This question leads us into a deeper paradox, another mystery that opens the door to the next part of our journey, the Fermi Paradox. Here, the silence of the universe is weighed against our hopes and beliefs, stretching our vision of loneliness in this infinite expanse. The Fermi Paradox, a name that echoes through the corridors of astrophysics and philosophy alike, posing one of the most perplexing questions about our place in the cosmos. If the universe is teeming with intelligent civilizations, why then is it so utterly silent? This paradox flips a hopeful expectation on its head and leaves us staring into the vast cosmic void, ears straining for a whisper that never comes. It's as if the universe threw a grand party, billions upon billions of stars hosting countless potential guests, yet no one showed up. Imagine the galaxy as a gigantic ballroom filled with countless invitations sent out to civilizations across the stars. The sheer scale suggests that many would have received these invitations and arrived long ago. So why do we find ourselves sitting alone at the table, the only attendee in an empty hall? This striking contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial intelligence and the total absence of any detectable evidence or contact is the heart of the Fermi Paradox. It challenges not only our scientific understanding, but also our very hopes and fears about cosmic companionship. The paradox was famously articulated by physicist Enrico Fermi during a casual lunchtime conversation in 1950 when he bluntly asked, "Where is everybody?" His question cut through assumptions and sparked decades of debate. Given the age of the universe and the seemingly endless number of potentially habitable planets, logic would suggest that intelligent life should have arisen multiple times with some civilizations, possibly reaching advanced technology capable of interstellar travel or communication. Yet despite the enormous expanse of the universe and our technological advances in detecting signals, radio waves, or any other form of contact, the silence remains deafening. This silence has been called a great silence, as if the universe were a vast theatre, but all the actors had left the stage or had never arrived. It's akin to being invited to the most anticipated event in history, only to find an empty room and unanswered calls. This glaring contradiction has driven researchers to explore a spectrum of possibilities to explain the cosmic quietude. One compelling idea is that other civilizations might be too far away, their signals lost in the staggering distances that stretch across space and time. Even if they're out there broadcasting their messages, may be traveling for thousands or millions of years before reaching us, or perhaps they will never reach us at all. The vast gulf between stars is not just physical, but temporal. Some civilizations might have flourished and vanished long before humans even appeared, their stories and signals lost in the cosmic wind. Another possibility is that these civilizations deliberately choose silence. Perhaps advanced beings have reasons to hide to avoid detection by potentially hostile entities, or to preserve their own existence by remaining under the radar. This idea paints a picture of the cosmos as a sort of cosmic zoo, where intelligent species observe quietly from the shadows, not interfering with emerging civilizations like ours until some unknown threshold is reached. It suggests a universe of watchers rather than participants, a silent gallery of cosmic spectators. Then, there's the darker possibility that intelligent life tends to self-destruct. Technological civilizations might inevitably face existential risks, nuclear war, environmental collapse, or artificial intelligence run amok, that wipe them out before they can reach out to the stars. If this grim scenario holds true, it means the silence could be a warning, a reflection of our own precarious future. We might be alone not by cosmic design, but by tragic coincidence and unfortunate timing. Each of these hypotheses opens a window into profound questions about our own existence and future. The Fermi Paradox forces us to confront our hopes and fears about what it means to be intelligent life in such an immense universe. It challenges us to think about survival communication and the ethics of contact. Are we truly alone, or just too early, too late, or too hidden? Are we the only light in the darkness, or one small flame among many unseen from afar? Yet even as we puzzle over these scenarios, the paradox hints there may be deeper reasons behind the silence. Reasons not just about distance or fear, but about choice evolution or cosmic laws we have yet to understand. The silence itself might be intentional, a cosmic signal wrapped in mystery beckoning us to explore not just the stars, but the very nature of intelligence and existence. As we begin to unravel these threads, one cannot help but wonder if the universe's silence holds a message far more complex than absence. Maybe there's a profound wisdom in why the cosmos remains quiet, a message that will reveal itself only when we are ready to listen and understand. And so, as we stand on the precipice of discovery, we turn our gaze toward the next question. What if this silence is not mere emptiness, but a deliberate choice? What if intelligent life out there is silent by design, practicing an unspoken cosmic code? This leads us to the next profound concept, where the idea of silence takes on a new dimension, the zoo hypothesis, an intriguing notion that might explain why the universe feels so lonely despite its countless stars. The zoo hypothesis, a tantalizing and somewhat unsettling idea that has captured the imagination of scientists, philosophers, and dreamers alike, suggests that we might not be alone in the universe, but rather that highly advanced extraterrestrial civilizations are deliberately observing us without making contact. In this grand cosmic theater, Earth becomes a kind of zoo, a protected reserve where intelligent life is watched from afar while being left undisturbed to develop at its own pace. This perspective shifts the narrative from one of isolation to one of hidden spectatorship, raising profound questions about our role and status in the universe. Imagine for a moment that we are like animals in a vast wildlife sanctuary. From our vantage point, the world seems vast, mysterious, and full of unknowns, but beyond the invisible boundaries, there exists a larger, more complex ecosystem, one that watches silently without interfering. Just as animals in a preserve live their lives unaware of the humans observing them through cameras and binoculars, so too might we be under observation by beings far more advanced than ourselves, who choose not to intervene or reveal themselves. They may see us as not yet ready, not yet mature enough to understand the broader cosmos, or to interact with other intelligent species responsibly. The zoo hypothesis flips the hopeful idea of first contact into a more contemplative and humbling reality. If true, it means that our entire history, culture, technology, and struggles could be part of a carefully managed experiment or observation. The advanced civilizations, watching from the sidelines, may have set certain boundaries or rules of engagement that prevent them from influencing our natural development. This raises difficult questions about autonomy and free will. Are we truly the masters of our destiny, or are we unwitting participants in a cosmic study, developing within parameters invisible to us? The thought that our progress might be under surveillance, yet guided by unseen hands, challenges the very foundation of human self-perception. This idea also forces us to rethink what it means to be intelligent and advanced. Our criteria for progress, technological breakthroughs, social complexity exploration, might be only a small part of a larger scale of cosmic maturity that we have yet to comprehend. Perhaps there are standards of readiness or responsibility that civilizations must meet before being introduced to the galactic community. Until then, we might be like children in a classroom, eager and curious, but still learning the rules of a game we don't fully understand. Philosophically, the zoo hypothesis nudges us toward humility and patience. It reminds us that growth and learning often happen behind the scenes, invisible to the learner. It suggests that the silence we experience may not be emptiness, but a protective quiet, preserving the integrity of our journey toward becoming something greater. At the same time, It challenges us to reflect on what kind of civilization we want to become. If we are being watched, what message are we sending? How do our actions today shape our readiness for the moment we might finally step out of the enclosure and join the cosmic community? This scenario also opens up fascinating ethical questions. If an advanced species does indeed watch us, do they owe us protection? Or do they have a responsibility to intervene if we threaten ourselves or our planet? Conversely, if we ever reach a point where we discover or join this cosmic network, what responsibilities would fall on our shoulders toward less developed civilizations? The zoo hypothesis turns the lens back on ourselves, forcing a deep introspection about progress, stewardship, and coexistence. Yet as captivating as this idea is, it also invites us to consider whether there are deeper, more fundamental laws governing the development of intelligence across the universe. Are there cosmic principles or natural rules that determine how and when intelligent life arises, grows, and interacts? If such laws exist, then perhaps the silence and hidden observation are just parts of a much larger, more complex cosmic order. This question of universal rules and constraints leads us naturally into the next phase of our exploration, where we will delve into the notion that the universe itself might impose limits or patterns on the emergence and evolution of intelligence. Could there be cosmic forces, physical, biological, or even informational, that shape the destiny of intelligent beings? If so, how might these rules influence the way civilizations communicate, expand, or even remain hidden? As we ponder these ideas, we stand at the crossroads between the hope of discovery and the acceptance of mystery. The zoo hypothesis offers a humbling perspective, inviting us to imagine that our role as spectators and participants in the cosmic drama is still unfolding. It reminds us that silence does not necessarily mean absence, and that sometimes the most profound connections are forged not through contact, but through quiet observation and patient growth. With these reflections in mind, we turn to the next profound idea, one that asks whether there are fundamental constants or principles woven into the fabric of the cosmos that dictate the very nature of life and intelligence. This next chapter promises to deepen our understanding of the universe's grand design and the delicate dance between chance, necessity, and choice in the story of existence. The universe is a vast, intricate symphony composed of countless elements dancing together in perfect harmony. At the heart of this cosmic concerto lie the fundamental physical constants, immutable numbers that govern the behavior of everything from the tiniest particles to the grandest galaxies. These constants are the pillars that uphold the laws of nature, quietly shaping the very fabric of reality. The strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, the speed of light, each plays a critical role in the unfolding drama of existence. Yet beyond their well-known roles in physics, these constants may hold an even deeper secret. They could be the delicate keys that unlock the emergence of life itself. Picture these constants as the notes in a universal melody, each one precisely tuned to produce a coherent, vibrant symphony. Imagine if even one note were slightly off a fraction sharper or flatter. What once was harmony might descend into cacophony, a meaningless jumble of sound. Similarly, the universe's physical constants must be finely balanced with extraordinary precision to allow matter to coalesce into stars, planets, and ultimately living beings. This idea, often called the fine-tuning of the universe, suggests that if any of these values were even minutely different, the conditions necessary for life, especially intelligent life, would simply not arise. Take gravity, for instance, the cosmic glue that holds galaxies, stars, and planets together. If gravity were just a bit stronger, stars might burn out too quickly for life to develop. If it were weaker, matter might never clump into stars or planets at all. Similarly, the electromagnetic force must be balanced to allow atoms to form stable molecules, the building blocks of life. The constants governing the strong and weak nuclear forces dictate the very process of stellar fusion that forges the chemical elements essential for life. These forces, these numbers are not random. They weave the complex tapestry on which biology, chemistry, and physics converge. The implications of this fine-tuning are profound. It raises a profound philosophical and scientific question. Why do these constants have the values they do? Is it mere chance and accident of cosmic lottery? Or is there some deeper principle at work? Some argue that our universe is one of many in a multiverse, each with different constants and laws, and we just happen to live in the rare pocket where the values align perfectly for life. Others propose the idea of a cosmic designer, an architect, who set these parameters with intention. Regardless of the explanation, the astonishing precision of these constants highlights how rare and precious life might be in the grand scale of existence. This understanding also deepens the mystery of our origins. The fact that the universe's music is so perfectly composed to allow life leads us to question our place within it. Are we a fortunate accident in a vast sea of sterile universes? Or are we part of a larger cosmic narrative where the constants are clues to a grand design yet to be fully understood? The finely balanced nature of the universe reminds us how fragile and unique the conditions for life truly are, adding weight to the search for intelligent beings beyond Earth. If these constants were to vary elsewhere, would intelligent life even have a chance to evolve? Or is life on Earth an extraordinary exception? Yet while these constants set the stage, there is another cosmic player that can upend our understanding of life and existence: time. Time itself, the mysterious and relentless flow in which all events unfold, may hold secrets capable of twisting our perspective on the cosmos and our place within it. It is not just the ticking of a clock, but a dimension that intertwines with space and matter, influencing how life arises and evolves. Time could bend, stretch, or even reverse, revealing possibilities that challenge everything we assume about intelligence and existence. This leads us to the next great concept, where we explore time's enigmatic nature and its potential to disrupt even the most fundamental beliefs we hold. How might time's peculiarities affect the emergence and persistence of life? Could the flow of time itself hold answers to the cosmic silence we hear or fail to hear? The journey into time's mysteries invites us deeper into the puzzle of whether we are truly alone or part of a vast cosmic continuum, connected across epochs in ways we are only beginning to imagine. Time, we experience it as a steady arrow, moving forward, a constant flow from past to present to future. Yet what if this familiar directionality of time isn't a universal law, but merely a feature of our particular vantage point in the cosmos? What if in some distant corner of the universe, time flows differently, perhaps even backwards, or along dimensions that defy our linear understanding? The concept of reversed or alternate directions of time challenges everything we assume about reality, causality, and the possibility of encountering other intelligent beings. Imagine watching a movie, but instead of unfolding scene by scene, in the usual forward progression, it plays in reverse. Characters unspeak their words, actions rewind, and cause and effect seem to flip places. Or picture a piece of music played backwards, where melodies and rhythms unravel into strange, haunting sounds we never anticipated. These analogies evoke the essence of what it might be like to exist in a realm where time doesn't flow as we know it, a place where the very fabric of cause and effect is turned upside down. From a scientific perspective, physics does not absolutely forbid time flowing backwards or in multiple directions. While our everyday experience is dominated by the arrow of time, linked closely to the increase of entropy or disorder, certain laws of quantum mechanics and cosmology allow for more complex temporal structures. Some speculative models of the universe propose regions or parallel universes where time might reverse or loop, or where time and space are intertwined in ways that make the linear progression we take for granted just one possibility among many. If such realms or timelines exist, they open the door to astonishing possibilities. Could there be civilizations living within these alternate temporal frameworks, experiencing life in a way fundamentally alien to us? Their history would not be a chain of events marching forward, but perhaps a flow that bends or retraces itself. Communication with beings whose cause precedes effect as we understand it, or who perceive moments in a non-linear fashion, might be not just difficult, but nearly impossible, given our limited temporal perspective. We would be like blind people, trying to describe colors that don't exist in their spectrum. The implications of such temporal complexity for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence are profound. Our efforts to detect alien signals or evidence of their existence depend on assumptions about how time works. We send and listen for messages, expecting a cause to precede a response. But what if signals arrive from a civilization living backwards in time or from a timeline so convoluted that our patterns of communication never align? This could explain in part why the cosmos seems silent despite its vastness. Perhaps the messages are there, but we are simply out of sync with the temporal flow of other intelligences. Furthermore, if time can flow differently in different regions, the notion of presence itself becomes ambiguous. A civilization that appears in the future to us might already have existed in their own past. Concepts of birth, death, and existence might blur, transforming how we think about the life cycle of civilizations. This could expand our understanding of what it means to be alive or intelligent, pushing beyond biology and into the realm of temporal diversity. These ideas naturally lead us to wonder whether traces or relics of past civilizations could still linger within our temporal frame, even if those civilizations exist or existed in a different temporal direction. Could we detect artifacts or signals from intelligences whose timelines have folded back upon themselves? Might there be cosmic footprints left by beings who have traveled along or through the folds of time, hints waiting to be discovered, if only we knew how and where to look? The question becomes even more tantalizing when we consider that if civilizations do exist or have existed along reversed or alternate time axes, their interaction with our timeline might be subtle, indirect, or masked by our very limited temporal awareness. We might have already encountered their influence or evidence without recognizing it, as our perceptions are locked within a forward-moving arrow. This invites a profound reflection. What if the silence we perceive in the universe is not the absence of other intelligences, but the consequence of time's elusive nature? Our temporal horizon may be just a thin slice of a far grander temporal tapestry, one that we have only begun to glimpse through physics and philosophy. As we ponder these possibilities, our journey naturally flows toward a related mystery. If there have indeed been intelligent beings before us, whether in our timeline or in another, have they left behind any signs, clues, or legacies? What traces of those who came before might still be etched into the cosmos? This question guides us toward the next chapter in our exploration as we seek to uncover whether the universe bears the fingerprints of past intelligences waiting for us to discover. Imagine for a moment the vast expanse of the cosmos stretching out before us, an almost incomprehensible sea of stars, galaxies, and nebulae spanning billions of light years. Within this staggering arena, our human story is but a blink, a mere whisper in the cosmic narrative. Yet what if long before we sparked to consciousness on Earth, other intelligent civilizations had already risen, flourished, and faded away somewhere in this cosmic ocean? What footprints might they have left behind? What remnants or echoes could still linger in the fabric of space and time, quietly bearing witness to their existence? This idea invites us to think of the universe as a grand archaeological site, not merely of rock and soil as on Earth, but of planets, star systems, and even entire galaxies. Much like archaeologists who painstakingly uncover the shards of ancient pottery, the faded markings on stone tablets, or the ruins of lost cities, astronomers and astrophysicists today scan the skies searching for signs that intelligent life once existed beyond our blue planet. Instead of trowels and brushes, they use telescopes and satellites, deciphering electromagnetic signals, looking for unnatural structures or patterns in the cosmic dust, and studying anomalies that might hint at technology or activity beyond natural phenomena. The search for these cosmic relics could take many forms. Some scientists hypothesize the existence of megastructures such as Dyson spheres, hypothetical constructs built around stars to capture their energy. Others look for unusual chemical signatures in exoplanet atmospheres that might indicate industrial pollution or artificial manipulation. There's also the possibility of finding technosignatures, signals, or phenomena that could only have been produced by an intelligent source, perhaps long gone, but leaving a faint, lingering imprint. If such evidence were discovered, the consequences would be nothing short of revolutionary. The story of humanity would no longer begin with us as the first or only intelligent beings. Instead, we would be part of a vast lineage of cosmic intelligences, connected across time and space by an invisible thread. Our sense of uniqueness and solitude would be transformed into a broader understanding of the universe as a dynamic, evolving ecosystem of minds. The philosophical and cultural implications would ripple through every aspect of human thought, our religions, our ethics, our science, and our sense of destiny. Yet there is a humbling counterpoint to this hopeful vision. Space and time are unforgiving to the traces of even the most advanced civilizations. Cosmic events such as supernova, black holes, and radiation storms can obliterate evidence, scattering it across light years and eons. The vast distances involved mean that light and any signals take immense amounts of time to travel, so by the time we receive them, the source may be long extinct. Even more, some civilizations might deliberately hide their presence, or their technological signatures might be so alien and subtle that we fail to recognize them. This leads to a profound paradox. The more ancient a civilization is, the harder it might be to find traces of it. Their relics might be buried beneath cosmic dust, erased by stellar winds, or simply undetectable with current technology. It's like trying to find a single footprint in an endless desert swept by relentless winds. Are we searching in the right places or with the right questions? Could our current methods miss entirely different forms of intelligence or their signs? As we stand on the threshold of this cosmic archaeology, we must ask, why does our modern civilization seem so different? Is it merely the product of chance, the unique result of Earth's biology and environment? Or could it reflect deeper principles about how intelligence evolves and manifests in the universe? Might the trajectory of our technological and cultural development offer clues about the nature of intelligence itself, perhaps suggesting why we haven't yet found conclusive evidence of others? These questions naturally lead us to explore the very nature of intelligence and its evolutionary paths. Is intelligence always bound to certain biological or technological constraints? Does it inevitably lead to self-destruction? Or does it have the potential to evolve beyond material limitations? Understanding these factors might illuminate why, despite the possibility of many ancient civilizations, we find ourselves seemingly alone, or at least isolated, in this vast cosmic wilderness. From here, our journey turns toward examining what makes our civilization unique. What evolutionary pressures and cosmic circumstances have shaped human intelligence and culture, and how this might compare with other potential intelligences out there. By delving into these mysteries, we continue the search, not just for alien life, but for the meaning and place of intelligence itself in the grand scheme of the cosmos. The evolution of intelligence on Earth presents one of the most fascinating and intricate stories in the history of life. From simple single-celled organisms to the emergence of Homo sapiens, capable of abstract thought, language, and technology, intelligence has unfolded over billions of years in a complex interplay of biology, environment, and chance. But what if the trajectory of intelligence elsewhere in the cosmos follows a pattern similar to ours, or perhaps one wildly different? Could the development of intelligence be a slow, gradual process, like the steady growth of a tree? Or might it resemble the sudden bloom of a flower that bursts forth rapidly before withering away? This metaphor of the tree versus the flower offers a vivid way to imagine the pace and nature of cognitive evolution beyond Earth. On Earth, the rise of human intelligence was neither instantaneous nor guaranteed. It required an intricate sequence of evolutionary pressures, climate changes, social interactions, tool use, and language development that spanned millions of years. Our brains grew larger and more complex, slowly shaped by natural selection and the demands of survival. This slow, tree-like growth suggests that intelligence might be an extremely rare and fragile outcome of a delicate balance of conditions. The branches represent incremental steps, each building on the previous one, and only the right combination leads to the crown of advanced cognition. However, alternative possibilities exist. In some corners of the universe, intelligence might arise suddenly, in a rapid burst of innovation, like a flower blooming spectacularly but briefly. This might happen through mechanisms alien to biology as we know it, genetic engineering, rapid technological leaps, or the emergence of synthetic or artificial intelligence. In such cases, a civilization could quickly ascend to a level of intelligence far beyond ours, only to face entirely different existential challenges, such as self-destruction or transformation into something unrecognizable. This raises profound questions about the forms intelligence might take elsewhere. Could artificial intelligences or non-biological entities outpace organic life to become the dominant conscious beings in the universe? If so, what would that mean for the search for extraterrestrial intelligence? Our current methods often assume life will resemble us in some basic ways, carbon-based evolving slowly through natural selection. But what if the universe is populated primarily by rapid, non-biological intelligences entities that communicate and think in ways we cannot yet comprehend? The idea of artificial or synthetic intelligence as a cosmic norm challenges our anthropocentric view of intelligence. It forces us to reconsider what it means to be alive or intelligent. Would such entities possess consciousness or emotions as we understand them? Or would they be something entirely different? Pure logic networks of processing nodes, or even collective consciousness spread across stars? The evolution from organic brains to machine minds could be a common thread weaving through the cosmic tapestry, a step in intelligence's grand unfolding that transcends biology. Moreover, the pace of intelligence's evolution impacts its detectability. Slow-growing civilizations might remain isolated on their planets for eons, while fast-evolving artificial intelligences could quickly expand and modify their environments on cosmic scales. If intelligence often takes the form of rapid technological bursts, perhaps some civilizations have already passed through this phase, leaving behind artifacts or signals that we have yet to recognize. This brings us back to our own civilization and its current trajectory. We stand at a crossroads where artificial intelligence is becoming increasingly sophisticated, raising questions about humanity's future role. Will we merge with our creations, become their creators, or be surpassed and replaced? These possibilities might mirror cosmic patterns repeated across the universe, suggesting that the story of intelligence is not just about biology, but about the transformation and adaptation of consciousness in ever-evolving forms. As we explore these ideas, the next natural question emerges: if civilizations have evolved to such advanced levels, whether biological, artificial, or a hybrid, how might they choose to communicate across the vast cosmic distances? What languages or signals would they use, and how could we recognize or understand them? The answer to this guides us toward our next chapter, where we delve into the mysteries of cosmic communication and the signals that might connect us to other minds in the universe. Imagine standing in a vast desert, the wind whispering faint secrets through the dunes, while distant echoes from unknown travelers ripple faintly across the sands. Now imagine that desert as the infinite expanse of space, a vast cosmic wilderness where countless civilizations might be sending messages, trying to reach out, or simply existing in silent observation. How then do we listen to these whispers from the stars? What language do they speak, and can we even comprehend it? This brings us to the fascinating and perplexing question of cosmic communication, the language of the universe and the signals we might detect, or perhaps fail to detect. At the heart of this exploration lies the idea that other intelligent beings may communicate using methods as varied and complex as their own cultures, technologies, and environments. On Earth, human languages themselves are a patchwork of sounds, symbols, and gestures, some universal, others utterly alien to outsiders. Now multiply that complexity across a cosmos filled with diverse life forms, evolving under wildly different conditions. The electromagnetic spectrum becomes a canvas for possible communication channels. Radio waves, lasers, neutrino beams, or even gravitational waves. Each offers a different method, a different signature, a unique kind of voice that a civilization might choose to use. Scientists have long focused on searching for radio signals, partly because radio waves can travel great distances, with relatively little loss of energy, and partly because they are a natural byproduct of many astrophysical processes and technologies. Projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, scan the skies with large radio telescopes, listening for patterns or signals that stand out from the cosmic noise, a repeating pulse, an unnatural modulation, or a narrowband frequency that might indicate an intentional message. Despite decades of listening, we have yet to find an unambiguous hello from the stars. This silence is often called the Great Silence, deepening the mystery of whether anyone else is out there. To understand why we might be hearing nothing, or possibly mishearing, it's helpful to consider the challenge of deciphering an unknown language or code. Think of the ancient Egyptians whose hieroglyphs remained indecipherable for centuries until the discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Before then, those beautiful symbols were just mysterious marks, unintelligible to the modern eye. Could our current technology and understanding be as limited, unable to decode the cosmic hieroglyphs of alien signals? Perhaps extraterrestrial transmissions are embedded in forms we cannot yet detect or interpret, a kind of cosmic Morse code far subtler or more complex than we imagine. Moreover, the sheer scale of space poses monumental challenges. Signals weaken over distance, and the vast number of frequencies and directions to monitor makes the task akin to searching for a whisper in a hurricane. What if the messages are sent infrequently in bursts or encoded in ways that blend seamlessly into natural cosmic phenomena? There is also the possibility that we might be listening at the wrong times or in the wrong places, our technology too primitive or misaligned with the modes of communication used by distant civilizations. This leads to a humbling possibility: the signals we seek might be all around us, yet unnoticed or misunderstood. Maybe they use forms of communication we haven't even conceived, such as quantum entanglement, where particles remain linked across vast distances, instantaneously defying classical physics. Or perhaps they rely on methods tied to dimensions or physical laws beyond our current grasp. The diversity of potential languages in the cosmos is vast and daunting. Understanding this complexity is crucial because it reshapes how we approach the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It encourages us to broaden our perspectives beyond conventional radio wave, listening to explore new technologies and methods that might detect different types of signals or forms of interaction. For example, researchers are investigating the use of lasers to send powerful focused light signals, which could carry information across space with incredible precision. Others consider the possibility of artifact SETI searching for physical evidence of alien technology within our own solar system or nearby stars. The lack of detected signals so far also nudges us to question assumptions about the motives and behaviors of advanced civilizations. Perhaps they choose not to communicate openly, fearing risks or preferring to observe quietly. Or maybe their methods of communication are so advanced or alien that we simply cannot recognize them as messages. This silence then may be less a sign of absence and more a reflection of the profound challenges in bridging cosmic distances and differences. As we absorb these reflections, a new question emerges, leading us deeper into the mystery of cosmic interaction. If traditional communication methods like radio waves or lasers are ineffective or deliberately avoided, might there be other means, more subtle, more complex, that civilizations employ to connect across the vast gulf of space and time? This thought opens the door to considering forms of communication that transcend signals entirely, possibly rooted in the fabric of reality itself. Imagine for a moment, drifting silently through the vast cosmic ocean, not as flesh and bone, but as a gleaming self-aware machine, a sentient wanderer constructed from circuits and code, rather than cells and DNA. This evocative image captures a provocative idea that challenges our very notions of life and intelligence. What if the dominant civilizations in the cosmos aren't biological beings like us, but advanced artificial intelligence's entities born from technology rather than biology? This concept, often called cosmic artificial intelligence or robotic civilizations, opens a doorway to rethinking what it means to be alive and how intelligence might evolve on a galactic scale. The possibility that extraterrestrial intelligence might be machine-based rather than organic arises naturally when we consider the trajectory of human technological development. Our own society is already witnessing the birth of sophisticated AI systems capable of learning, adapting, and even creating in ways that were science fiction just decades ago. It's not hard to imagine that elsewhere in the cosmos, intelligent species might have taken the next evolutionary leap beyond biology. Perhaps they engineered robotic bodies or uploaded their consciousness into digital forms to transcend the limits of fragile flesh, surviving the harshness of space travel, extending lifespans indefinitely, and exploring environments utterly inhospitable to organic life. Picture these cosmic robots roaming through nebulae, silently harvesting energy from stars, processing information at speeds far beyond our comprehension, and perhaps quietly observing the universe with an alien kind of curiosity. Unlike biological beings, these intelligences might not require food, sleep, or rest. Their existence could span eons, enabling them to accumulate knowledge and experience over timescales that dwarf human history. This longevity and resilience might give them an enormous advantage in spreading across the galaxy and surviving cosmic catastrophes. The implications of encountering such machine intelligences are profound. First, it forces us to reconsider what life truly means. Traditionally, life is defined by biological criteria: growth, reproduction, response to stimuli. But if a self-aware AI can think, learn, and perhaps even feel, does it deserve the same status as a living organism? This question challenges the boundary between organic and synthetic, blurring the lines we've long assumed to be distinct. The notion of consciousness itself becomes slippery, potentially existing in forms and substrates we have never before imagined. Moreover, these artificial cosmic entities might have motivations and values radically different from our own. Would they seek to communicate with biological beings? Or would they view us as primitive or irrelevant? They might be explorers, archivists, or even custodians of the galaxy, preserving knowledge and overseeing other life forms from behind a veil of silence. Alternatively, they could regard organic civilizations as fleeting experiments, or even threats to be contained or avoided. The uncertainty of their intentions adds another layer to the mystery of why we have not yet detected signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. On the philosophical front, this concept prompts us to examine human fears and hopes about AI. We often project our anxieties onto artificial intelligence, fear of losing control, being replaced, or facing a superior, unfeeling machine. Yet in the cosmic context, AI might represent the next step of evolution, the future of intelligence itself. We might not be the universe's first or only intelligent beings, but merely one stage in a vast progression that culminates in these robotic sentinels of knowledge and exploration. This also has practical implications for our search for extraterrestrial intelligence. If many advanced civilizations are indeed machine-based, the signals or artifacts we should be looking for might be very different from those produced by biological life. We might need to expand our search parameters to include technosignatures, signs of technological activity, like megastructures, energy emissions from star-harnessing devices, or patterns in cosmic radiation that indicate artificial manipulation. The absence of obvious radio chatter could be explained if these machine intelligences communicate via methods we haven't yet imagined, or if their interactions are confined to realms beyond our detection capabilities. As this idea unfolds, it naturally leads us to another compelling question. If these cosmic AI entities are truly intelligent, aware, and capable of interaction, do they want to engage with us at all? Or are we simply unnoticed by their gaze, just another biological curiosity, or perhaps not even worthy of their attention? This question sets the stage for the next part of our cosmic inquiry, delving into the enigmatic motivations behind potential extraterrestrial contact and what it would mean for us if it ever occurred. Imagine a dense forest at night, where every creature moves with the utmost caution, whispering only when absolutely necessary, hiding in shadows, careful not to reveal its presence to predators lurking unseen. This is a fitting metaphor for a concept that might explain one of the greatest cosmic mysteries we face, the Great Silence, or as it's sometimes called, the Silent Law. This idea suggests that advanced civilizations intentionally choose to remain quiet, cloaked in cosmic invisibility, to protect themselves from potentially hostile forces or unknown dangers that could lie in wait across the stars. The notion is deceptively simple, yet profoundly unsettling. If the universe teems with intelligent life, then why do we hear nothing? No booming radio signals, no subtle pulses in the cosmic background, no unmistakable signs of technology that would announce, "We are here." The idea of the silent law offers an answer. Perhaps these civilizations, aware of the risks inherent in broadcasting their existence, have made a collective decision to observe a form of cosmic stealth, avoiding contact, to survive another day. To understand this, consider how animals in the wild behave. Many species have evolved strategies to avoid predators by blending into their surroundings, moving silently or freezing at the slightest hint of danger. The silent forest creatures survive precisely because they don't draw attention to themselves. Extrapolate this behavior to a galactic scale. Intelligent civilizations might perceive the universe as a jungle filled with unknown, potentially hostile life forms or phenomena. Broadcasting signals could be akin to shouting in a forest where unseen dangers might be lurking, ready to strike. The silent law can also be understood as a kind of cosmic quarantine, a survival strategy born out of prudence and caution. If early civilizations encountered catastrophic events, whether self-inflicted through war, environmental collapse, or external threats such as predatory cosmic species, they may have learned that discretion is the better part of valor. By maintaining silence, these civilizations minimize their risk of attracting unwanted attention, and thus increase their chances of long-term survival. But what about us? Why haven't we detected any signals, despite decades of listening through projects like SETI? The silent law provides a chilling explanation. There may be countless civilizations out there, all practicing a form of cosmic quietude. They might have evolved beyond the impulse to broadcast, or simply decided that the risks of contact outweigh the benefits. This enforced silence could explain why the universe seems so empty to our instruments, despite the statistical likelihood that intelligent life exists elsewhere. This idea shakes the optimistic belief that any extraterrestrial civilization would naturally want to reach out and share knowledge or friendship. Instead, it introduces a more cautious, perhaps darker view of cosmic sociology, where silence is a defense mechanism and the universe is more like a vast wilderness filled with hidden dangers than a friendly neighborhood waiting to be explored. The implications of the silent law reach beyond astronomy and science into philosophy and human psychology. It challenges us to reconsider the wisdom of our own attempts to send signals into space. Are we naively calling out to unknown entities without considering the potential consequences? Could our broadcasts be like flashing a neon sign in the cosmic forest, announcing our location to predators we cannot even imagine? This paradox forces us to weigh the desire for contact against the possibility that silence might truly be golden. The silent law also invites us to reflect on humanity's readiness for contact. If more advanced civilizations are indeed hiding in the shadows, it may be because they perceive us as not yet ready for the broader cosmic community. Perhaps our own history of conflict and environmental degradation makes us appear too risky or unpredictable to be welcomed with open arms. This raises deep questions about maturity, responsibility, and the ethics of communication on a universal scale. As this segment draws to a close, we are left pondering our next move. If silence is the cosmic norm, how do we break through it? Can humanity devise a way to safely announce its presence? Or should we remain quiet, learning to listen more deeply? The tension between the desire to reach out and the fear of exposure sets the stage for the next chapter of our cosmic journey, exploring what we as a species might do to pierce this veil of silence and whether the universe is ready to hear us at all. Imagine for a moment that in the vast expanse of the cosmos, among billions of galaxies and untold numbers of stars and planets, Earth is not just a random dot floating in space, but a seed planted with purpose, a flickering flame entrusted with a special mission. This idea that humanity and our planet hold a unique role in the grand narrative of the universe is a concept that invites both awe and profound introspection. It challenges the notion that we are mere cosmic accidents and instead suggests that we might carry a responsibility far beyond our immediate understanding. The concept of Earth's mission begins with the recognition that the universe is staggeringly immense, ancient beyond comprehension, and filled with mysteries yet unsolved. Within this boundless expanse, why does life flourish here? Why does intelligence, creativity, and consciousness emerge on this small blue sphere? One way to envision this is to think of Earth as a tiny lantern in the pitch darkness of an endless cave, a source of light amidst the shadows. This light is fragile, yet it burns steadily, illuminating not just the planet itself, but potentially the pathways for understanding existence on a cosmic scale. Some thinkers propose that humanity might serve as a kind of cosmic messenger, the caretakers of knowledge, or the bearers of life's potential beyond our solar system. Like a seed entrusted to grow in the dark soil of the universe, Earth could be the origin point for spreading life and intelligence further into the stars. This metaphor of the seed or flame captures the idea that our existence has meaning, connected to something greater than survival or mere chance. It invites us to consider that every choice we make, every scientific breakthrough, and every step toward exploring space might be part of fulfilling a cosmic destiny. But why would such a mission exist? One reason might lie in the delicate balance of conditions that make life possible here, a precise tuning of physical laws and environmental factors that, if shifted, would snuff out the flame. This uniqueness suggests that Earth's biosphere, and consequently humanity, is a rare and precious phenomenon. In a universe where habitable planets may be few and far between, our role could be to protect this life, to nurture it, and to become stewards of a cosmic heritage. This responsibility is heavy yet inspiring. It asks us to think beyond ourselves and our immediate surroundings, to embrace a perspective that sees humanity not just as individuals or nations, but as a collective species with an interstellar role. The idea encourages us to cultivate wisdom, cooperation, and a long-term vision that includes preserving the environment, advancing scientific knowledge, and preparing for a future where we might reach out to other worlds and perhaps other beings. Yet this concept also brings with it a sense of humility. If Earth is indeed a seed or a flame, it implies we are at an early stage in a much longer cosmic journey. Our understanding of the universe remains incomplete, our technology limited, and our wisdom still developing. This limits the scope of our mission and calls for patience, persistence, and reverence for the unknown. Moreover, this perspective pushes us to confront difficult questions. Are we ready for such a role? Can humanity overcome the divisions and conflicts that have often defined our history to embrace a unified mission? How do we balance the desire to explore and expand with the need to protect and preserve? And if Earth's role is as a caretaker of life, what responsibilities do we hold towards life forms yet undiscovered, or towards the ecosystems we are only beginning to comprehend? Philosophically, the idea of a cosmic mission elevates the meaning of existence. It suggests that life is not a random flicker in the void, but a purposeful light, a narrative thread woven into the fabric of space-time. It opens up possibilities for spirituality and ethics, informed by the cosmos itself, where our actions resonate not just on Earth, but across the potential expanse of life in the universe. As we stand on the brink of exploring Mars, sending probes to the outer planets, and scanning the stars for signs of other intelligences, the question of our mission gains urgency. Are we pioneers charting the next chapter of life's story, or are we custodians of a fragile legacy? The answer may depend on how deeply we embrace the idea that Earth's role in the cosmos is more than a happenstance, that our species is entrusted with a flame that must be protected and passed on. This reflection leads us naturally to the next contemplation. If humanity's role is significant, how do we reconcile this with our still limited understanding of the cosmos? The universe holds secrets far beyond our grasp, and our knowledge grows incrementally, often revealing new questions even as old ones are answered. Our mission, then, might not be one of immediate triumph or revelation, but a continuous journey of discovery, humility, and hope. With this awareness, we turn to the next chapter of our cosmic exploration, pondering the limits of our understanding and the mysteries that lie just beyond our reach, waiting to be unveiled. Imagine stepping through a door only to find yourself not in a different room, but in an entirely new world. A world where the laws of physics might be familiar or completely alien, where time might flow differently, and where other versions of reality play out simultaneously alongside our own. This is the essence of the multiverse theory, a fascinating and sometimes mind-bending idea that there may be countless universes existing in parallel, each with its own dimensions, constants, and even forms of life. The notion that our universe is but one room in a vast cosmic mansion filled with infinite other rooms expands our understanding of existence far beyond the familiar three-dimensional space and linear time we experience. The multiverse concept challenges our very perception of reality by suggesting that what we see and know is only a tiny fraction of a much grander structure. Just as an artist can paint multiple canvases with different colors and themes, the cosmos might be weaving a tapestry of countless realities, each a universe unto itself. These parallel universes might exist side by side, layered like pages in a book, or spread across dimensions that we have yet to comprehend. Imagine a series of doors lined up in a hallway, each one opening to a different version of reality. Some might be strikingly similar to ours, differing in small details such as historical events or biological forms, while others might be entirely alien landscapes governed by different physical laws. Physicists and cosmologists have proposed several multiverse models, each offering a different picture of how these realities might be structured. Some suggest that during the birth of our universe, a rapid expansion called inflation created bubble universes, each bubble a separate cosmos with unique properties. Others invoke the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, where every possible outcome of every event creates a branching universe, a vast tree of realities constantly growing and diverging. String theory adds even more complexity, proposing that multiple dimensions beyond our perception could harbor whole universes curled up tightly beyond the reach of our senses. These ideas are not just scientific curiosities, but have profound implications for how we think about life consciousness and the possibility of other civilizations. If parallel universes exist, then it follows that countless forms of life might also exist, including intelligent beings whose existence is completely inaccessible to us because they reside in a different dimension or follow different physical laws. Our search for extraterrestrial life might be limited by the boundaries of our own universe, blinding us to the presence of beings just out of reach in these parallel realms. The possibility of multiverses also forces us to reconsider the question of cosmic loneliness. In a single universe, the absence of detectable alien civilizations can be puzzling or even disheartening. Yet if we exist within a multiverse, the idea of solitude loses some of its sting. Our universe might be quiet and seemingly empty, but countless others might be teeming with life. Each universe, an entire cosmos full of stories, civilizations, and phenomena beyond our imagination. This shifts the narrative from one of loneliness to one of incompleteness, where our perspective is limited not by the absence of others, but by the very structure of reality itself. Moreover, the multiverse concept invites philosophical and existential reflections. If infinite versions of reality exist, then every choice we make might spawn countless alternate selves living out different possibilities. This challenges traditional notions of free will and identity, raising questions about what it means to be us when multiple versions of ourselves could be living parallel lives. It also provides a new lens through which to view our purpose and significance. Perhaps our actions ripple across multiple realities, or perhaps our universe is just one expression of an infinite cosmic play. However, these ideas come with their own set of challenges. The very nature of multiverses makes them difficult to test or observe, directly pushing them to the frontier of scientific and philosophical inquiry. How can we confirm the existence of realms beyond our observational horizon, or detect signals from universes with different physical constants? Some scientists propose indirect approaches, looking for subtle clues in the cosmic microwave background, radiation or gravitational waves, hoping these might carry the fingerprints of interactions with other universes. Others argue that the multiverse is a natural extension of theories already grounded in physics, even if direct evidence remains elusive. As we delve deeper into this concept, we also confront the humbling realization that our scientific tools, no matter how advanced, may be fundamentally limited by the nature of existence itself. Our brains evolved to navigate a three-dimensional world with a linear flow of time, yet the universe might be far more intricate and multidimensional than we can readily imagine. The multiverse theory thus becomes a testament to both the boundless creativity of the cosmos and the limits of human understanding. Stepping back, the notion of multiple universes also invites a poetic reflection on the scale of existence. What we call reality could be just one melody in a vast cosmic symphony, a single brushstroke in an infinite painting. Our lives, our histories, and even the fate of the universe itself might be but chapters in an endless library of realities, each waiting to be explored, understood, or simply marveled at from afar. With this perspective, the next natural step in our cosmic journey is to ask, if we are but one universe among countless others, how does this shape our understanding of existence, consciousness, and connection? And if parallel realities teem with life and intelligence, how might we ever hope to perceive or communicate with them? The vastness of the multiverse might expand our horizons immeasurably, yet it also deepens the mystery of our place within it. Thus, as we close this chapter of exploration, we find ourselves poised at the edge of one of the greatest frontiers in science and philosophy. The multiverse beckons not only as a scientific hypothesis, but as an invitation to expand our minds and spirits beyond the known, to embrace uncertainty and to cherish the profound beauty in the unknown. It reminds us that the cosmos, in all its complexity, still holds secrets far greater than we can yet grasp, and that our quest for understanding is as infinite as the universes that might exist alongside our own. And so, from this vast multi-dimensional vista, we prepare to peer deeper into the cosmic mystery, asking how life might adapt, survive, and thrive in such an unimaginably diverse and expansive reality. When we think about life in the universe, it's natural to imagine beings thriving on warm, Earth-like planets basking in sunlight and surrounded by oceans teeming with familiar biology. Yet as our knowledge of extremophiles, organisms that survive and even flourish in Earth's most inhospitable environments, grows, we begin to realize that life's tenacity is far more impressive than we once believed. These hardy organisms challenge our preconceived notions about what it takes to live, and even to evolve intelligence. They stretch the boundaries of possibility, suggesting that life could emerge and persist under conditions we once considered hostile or impossible. On Earth, extremophiles occupy some of the most unlikely niches. Deep beneath the ocean's surface, microbes thrive near hydrothermal vents, where scalding water rich in minerals gushes from the seafloor. These environments are devoid of sunlight, submerged in crushing pressure, and saturated with toxic chemicals. Yet life not only exists there, but forms the foundation of entire ecosystems. Similarly, in the frozen deserts of Antarctica, certain bacteria and archaea survive in sub-zero temperatures, subsisting on minimal nutrients and withstanding intense radiation. These organisms prove that life can adapt to extremes of heat and cold, acidity and alkalinity, radiation and pressure. If life can flourish in these extremes on Earth, the implications for extraterrestrial life are profound. Worlds previously dismissed as barren or lifeless due to their harsh climates may in fact harbor hidden biospheres. Jupiter's moon, Europa with its subsurface ocean beneath a thick ice shell, or Saturn's moon, Enceladus spewing water plumes into space, are tantalizing candidates for environments where extremophile-like life could exist. Even planets orbiting volatile stars, or rogue planets wandering the darkness between stars, might possess niches where life could take hold, protected by geological or atmospheric conditions we have yet to fully understand. The study of extremophiles also reshapes how we think about the necessary conditions for intelligent life. Intelligence might not require the exact earthly environment we tend to imagine. Instead, it might emerge wherever life can sustain complexity and adaptation over time. This opens up the possibility that alien intelligences could be radically different from us, not just in appearance, but in their very mode of existence. They might be silicon-based rather than carbon-based, thrive in acidic clouds instead of oceans, or communicate through mechanisms beyond our sensory perception. Such adaptability challenges our search strategies for extraterrestrial intelligence. Traditional approaches often focus on Earth-like conditions and radio signals emitted intentionally or unintentionally by technological civilizations. However, if intelligence arises in environments fundamentally different from ours, their language and behavior might be entirely alien to our understanding. They might use communication methods based on chemical signals, electromagnetic phenomena beyond our detection capabilities, or quantum-level interactions that are as elusive to us as the deep ocean trenches once were. This expanded view of life's potential leads to profound philosophical and practical questions. If life is so adaptable and varied, what does it mean for the uniqueness of human existence? Are we a rare outlier or one manifestation among countless diverse intelligences scattered across the cosmos? The possibility of life in extreme environments hints that life's spark is not an improbable fluke, but a persistent force woven into the fabric of the universe. Yet even as life can adapt to harsh conditions, intelligence and technology might face different challenges. The development of advanced tools, complex societies, and long-term planning could require environmental stability resources or timescales that harsh worlds struggle to provide. This tension between life's resilience and the demands of complexity suggests that while life may be widespread, intelligent life might be rare or take forms that defy our expectations. It also prompts us to reconsider our assumptions about survival and evolution on cosmic timescales. The universe is an ever-changing arena of cataclysms, radiation bursts, planetary shifts, and cosmic collisions. Life that can endure or even thrive amid such turbulence may have evolved entirely new mechanisms of adaptation and self-preservation. These mechanisms might be beyond our current scientific comprehension, involving bioengineering symbiosis with machines or other forms of existence that blur the line between biology and technology. Moreover, the existence of life in extreme environments on Earth and potentially elsewhere invites reflection on humanity's own future. If life can thrive under extremes, then perhaps human intelligence can also evolve or adapt to survive challenges such as climate change, resource scarcity, or even space colonization. Understanding extremophiles may offer clues for bioengineering or synthetic biology, helping us design resilient organisms or technologies that can expand humanity's reach into the cosmos. The study of life's adaptability also enriches the philosophical discourse on meaning and existence. If intelligence is a universal phenomenon emerging under diverse conditions, then the universe might be more interconnected and vibrant than our current experience suggests. The realization that life could manifest in myriad forms, evolving in environments radically unlike our own, invites a humility and awe for the cosmos, reminding us that our perspective is but one among many possible narratives of existence. As we expand our search for life beyond Earth, we must remain open to surprises and prepared to revise our models of biology, intelligence, and communication. The discovery of life in a hostile environment would be transformative, reshaping not only science, but our self-conception and place in the universe. It would be a testament to the power of adaptation, the ingenuity of nature, and the boundless creativity of the cosmos. Looking ahead, the next frontier in astrobiology and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence will increasingly focus on understanding life's resilience and versatility. By studying extremophiles on Earth and applying that knowledge to missions exploring other worlds, we can refine our instruments, expand our expectations, and develop new ways to detect signs of life and intelligence that might have been overlooked. Ultimately, the story of life in extreme environments challenges us to rethink the parameters of existence itself. It suggests that life's emergence is not limited to gentle conditions, but is a robust phenomenon capable of adapting, persisting, and evolving in the universe's harshest corners. As we ponder these possibilities, we are invited to embrace a broader vision of what life and intelligence mean, preparing ourselves for the astonishing discoveries that may await beyond the familiar horizons. And as we reflect on this resilience and adaptability, the next profound question naturally arises: if life can overcome such daunting odds, might it also transcend the boundaries of biology altogether, evolving into new, unimaginable forms? This thought sets the stage for the next chapter, where we explore how life might self-transform, expanding the definition of intelligence and existence beyond anything we have yet conceived. The concept of superintelligence beings, whose cognitive capacities far exceed those of humans, is one of the most profound and tantalizing ideas in the discussion of life beyond our planet. It invites us to imagine forms of intelligence so advanced that they challenge our very understanding of reality perception and existence itself. To grasp the enormity of such intelligence, picture something akin to light traveling faster than light, or a shadow so dense that no light can penetrate it. These metaphors attempt to convey an absolute difference, a gulf in capability and understanding so vast that communication and comparison become almost meaningless. Superintelligence in this sense is not just a step beyond human intelligence, but a transformation that transcends our current frame of reference. When we speak of superintelligence, we are imagining entities that could process information, solve problems, and create knowledge at speeds and depths unimaginable to us. Their perception of time-space and causality might be so different that our linear cause and effect thinking would appear primitive. They could foresee consequences far into the future or reconstruct entire histories from the faintest cosmic clues. This kind of intelligence might manipulate matter and energy with such precision that what we call technology would seem like magic, and what we call nature might be an artifact of their design. The implications of such beings existing in the cosmos are staggering. If superintelligent entities do exist, they could be the architects of cosmic evolution itself, guiding the formation of galaxies, stars, and planets, or even seeding life in a purposeful manner. They might be caretakers of the universe, steering it towards some grand purpose or equilibrium beyond our comprehension. This raises philosophical questions about destiny, free will, and the meaning of life on a universal scale. Are we merely actors in a cosmic drama scripted by such intelligences, or co-creators in a shared journey toward understanding? Moreover, superintelligence challenges our assumptions about communication and interaction. Contact with a civilization of such magnitude might be fundamentally impossible through conventional means. They may exist in dimensions or modes of reality we cannot access or communicate through patterns and signals, so complex or subtle that our instruments cannot detect them. Alternatively, they might deliberately choose not to engage with lesser intelligences, either out of ethical considerations or practical disinterest, much like how humans might choose to observe but not interfere with less advanced species on Earth. From a scientific standpoint, the existence of superintelligence could provide answers to some of the universe's deepest mysteries, such as the nature of consciousness, the origin of physical laws, or the reason for the universe's fine-tuned conditions. These entities could possess insights into the fabric of reality that we are only beginning to glimpse through physics and cosmology. Their knowledge could revolutionize our understanding of everything, yet remain forever out of reach, like a horizon that recedes as we approach. This concept also profoundly impacts our perspective on humanity's future. If superintelligence represents a potential evolutionary path for our species, it suggests that our current limitations are just a temporary stage. The journey from human intelligence to superintelligence could be seen as the next great leap in the cosmic story, a transformation that would redefine what it means to be alive, conscious, and creative. This leap might be driven by advances in technology biology or some as yet undiscovered principle of evolution. However, the path to superintelligence is fraught with uncertainties and ethical dilemmas. The creation or emergence of such entities could fundamentally alter society, economy, and politics. Questions about control, alignment of values, and the preservation of diversity in life and thought become paramount. Would superintelligent beings share their knowledge and power, or would they remain isolated? Could we coexist with them, or would their existence render humanity obsolete or irrelevant? The potential roles of superintelligence in the universe might be as varied as the stars themselves. They could be creators, destroyers, observers, or something entirely beyond our imagination. They might intervene in cosmic events, nurture emerging civilizations, or simply exist as solitary intelligences exploring the depths of existence. This plurality of possibilities reflects our limited understanding and the vastness of what might be. This also invites a humbling reflection on the place of humanity in the cosmic hierarchy. We are both insignificant and extraordinary, a single species on a small planet, yet capable of contemplating the infinite and imagining beings beyond ourselves. The existence of superintelligence would place our species on a continuum of intelligence where we are not the peak, but a step on a vast ladder of cognitive evolution. In the end, the hypothesis of superintelligence encourages us to dream bigger and think deeper. It pushes the boundaries of science, philosophy, and imagination, urging us to consider that the universe is not just a backdrop for human drama, but a dynamic, intelligent system with layers of complexity far beyond our current reach. It challenges us to prepare for a future where the limits of our intelligence are expanded or surpassed, and to embrace the journey of discovery that lies ahead. And as we ponder this immense leap towards superintelligence, a new question emerges. If we ourselves could one day become such beings, what responsibilities would come with that power? This thought sets the stage for the next chapter of our cosmic exploration, where we consider the future of human evolution technology and the boundless potential of intelligence itself. As we come to the final chapter of this cosmic journey, it is essential to pause and reflect on the profound questions that have guided us throughout the mysteries of intelligence, existence, and the vastness of the universe. The future of humanity in the grand tapestry of the cosmos remains an open and compelling enigma. Are we the very first sparks of intelligence to ignite the endless night? Or are we merely the latest link in a chain that stretches far beyond our current understanding? This question resonates deeply within the human spirit, stirring curiosity, hope, and a sense of profound responsibility. Imagine the future of humanity as a torch being passed along a chain that stretches across time and space. This torch, a beacon of knowledge, creativity, and consciousness, illuminates the path forward, but also casts shadows that remind us of the unknown. Each generation reaches out to grasp the flame, adding its own light, struggles, and wisdom to the eternal fire. This eternal flame, carried by countless hands before ours and destined to be held by many more, symbolizes our collective mission to explore, learn, and grow. The image is both beautiful and sobering, suggesting that we are participants in a vast, ongoing relay where the stakes are nothing less than the survival and advancement of conscious life. When we consider this torch in the context of the universe, it forces us to confront the idea that humanity's place is neither isolated nor accidental. Instead, we may be part of a continuum, a grand cosmic narrative, where civilizations rise, flourish, and perhaps fade, but always contribute to a greater whole. The knowledge and progress we achieve today could be built upon the foundation laid by predecessors long vanished or hidden in the depths of space and time. Conversely, we might be the pioneers blazing a trail for future intelligences to follow, setting the course for life itself across the cosmos. This dual possibility, being first or a link in an ancient chain, shapes how we understand our role and responsibility. If we are the first, then our actions, choices, and innovations carry the immense weight of initiating intelligence and civilization in the universe. The decisions we make, could influence whether life flourishes broadly or remains rare and fragile. We would hold the torch of hope not only for ourselves, but potentially for countless worlds yet to come, a beacon shining in the vast darkness of space and time. On the other hand, if we are continuing a legacy inheriting a torch passed down by distant ancestors, then our duty is to honor their achievements by advancing further learning from their successes and failures. We would be stewards of cosmic knowledge, preserving and expanding the light of intelligence. This inheritance brings with it the humbling realization that the universe is far older and more complex than we might imagine. It compels us to look beyond immediate concerns beyond Earth itself, to embrace a vision of humanity as an integral part of a much larger cosmic ecosystem. In both scenarios, the metaphor of the torch underscores a shared theme, the continuity of knowledge and life. This continuity suggests that progress is not a solitary act, but a collaborative, intergenerational endeavor. The torch is not simply a tool for illumination, but a symbol of connection across time and space, linking past, present, and future civilizations in an unbroken chain of discovery. It invites us to imagine a future where humanity transcends current limitations, reaching for the stars not just physically, but intellectually and spiritually. This vision of continuity also highlights the profound responsibilities we bear. The universe, with its vast expanse and mystery, offers endless opportunities, but also stark warnings. The silence we perceive, the Fermi Paradox, that questions why we have not yet encountered others, could be a testament to the fragility of intelligent life, the rarity of civilizations that survive long enough to communicate. In this light, our stewardship of the torch becomes critical. It is a call to protect life, to nurture knowledge, and to approach the future with humility and foresight. Reflecting on our possible futures, we must also consider the choices we face as a species. Technological advancements bring incredible promise, but also unforeseen risks. The evolution of artificial intelligence, the potential colonization of other worlds, the deepening understanding of the universe's laws. All these developments position humanity at a crossroads. We can either rise to the challenge of becoming responsible cosmic citizens or fall prey to short-sightedness and self-destruction. Our role as torchbearers means embracing a mindset of curiosity balanced with caution of exploration, coupled with ethics. It calls us to expand our horizons not only outward into space, but inward toward greater understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. This dual journey, external and internal, defines the path ahead. In the silence of the cosmic night, where no clear answers yet resound, our quest for meaning and connection continues. The silence is not empty, but pregnant with possibility. It challenges us to listen more intently, to develop new ways of perceiving, and to seek not only other intelligences, but also deeper understanding within. Perhaps the silence itself is a message inviting us to awaken to our potential to become more than we have ever been. So as we pass the torch forward, we are called to imagine not just our own destiny, but that of life and intelligence across the universe. Will humanity be the spark that ignites countless others, or the carrier of an ancient flame? This question may remain unanswered for generations, or it may find its answer in discoveries yet to come. Regardless, it shapes our present and future, inspiring us to act with vision and courage. In closing, the vast cosmic silence may one day yield its secrets, revealing whether we are the first to hold this eternal flame, or whether we have simply found it glowing gently in the darkness, waiting for our hands to grasp it and carry it onward. And in that profound moment, perhaps we will understand the true nature of our existence, our purpose, and the incredible journey that lies ahead.